I hope the screen is visible, students, now.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Write a C program to check whether a number is odd or even. Okay, now I will try to mix up the concepts now, like if else and else if ladder. So based upon all these three what we have studied, you have to tell me which concepts I should use to solve this particular program. Okay, let me save the program now as 12 underscore odd even dot c. Okay, we need to write a program to check whether a given number is odd or even number. So now tell me basically which particular concepts I should use now here. Should I use only simple if or if else or else if ladder?
If else.
Else.
If else.
If else.
If else. Okay. Why only if else? Why not else if?
So there are only two possibilities. So
Yes, very good. There are only two possibilities because a number can be odd number or an even number, right? Apart from that, number cannot be anything. But here, 0 should be always considered as an even number. That we need to keep it an assumption. Okay, always the 0 is considered to be an even number. Okay, now how many variables are required? One variable. So I will declare n. Then I need to ask user to enter the number. So printf within the double quote, enter a number. Okay, double quote complete, close the bracket, semicolon. Scanf percentage within the double quotes, percentage d, comma, then ampersand n. That ampersand, writing the ampersand is very important. Okay, then next. Now tell me, input is done. Next is the processing and displaying the results. Now, how should I write the statements here?
if n mod 2 is equal to 0, then it is a even number.
Yes, very good. If n mod the symbol is percentage symbol, right? If n mod 2, it is equals to 0, then we can say that
Sir,
number is, yes, pa. Go ahead. Any mistake, right? Did you find any mistakes here?
sir, one more equal to sign.
Yes, one more equals to symbol. That you need to always keep an eye when you try to look for the equality. It should be double equals to. I was just thinking if anybody will prompt for this mistake. If n modulus 2 is equals to 0, then that number is what? The number is an even number. Printf, it's an even number. Okay, slash and double quote complete, close the bracket. Then next, otherwise if the number is not even, then definitely that number is what? A odd number. Let me copy this line and put it over here and change the statement. It's an odd number. Isn't it? Isn't very simple program? Now how it works? You ask a user to enter a number and you store in that particular variable with an ampersand n here. Okay. Now suppose if you have entered the n value, assume if the n value is say 6, what will happen? Okay, 6 modulus 2. 6 modulus 2. So 6 modulus 2 means we get the result to be a 0 value, right? There will not be any remainder. So you get a 0. That 0 is this 0 now. Okay. Result of this is what? A 0. Whether that 0 is equals to 0? Yes. This 0 is equals to 0 becomes true. Becomes true. Understood this one? How we get a true value in this case when the input is 6? Okay. And suppose if the input is other than 6, suppose if it is a 7, what will happen? If the input is 7, what will happen? 7 modulus 2 will give the result as 1. When we divide that 7 by 2, definitely we get, if we do a repeated division, that is modulus operation, we get a remainder to be as 1. And then what are we trying to check? Whether that 1 is equals to 0 or not. Right? So in this case, 1 is not equals to 0, then it will give a result as false. Okay, this way, this if condition works here for the different numbers. Okay, if it is an even number, yes, the condition becomes true and it enters into the if block, that is true block. And in the true block, we have a statement to print it's a even number. Okay, then or else if the result of the if condition results in an false value whenever the number is an odd number, during that time this if block will be skipped and it will go to the else block, and in the else block we have the statement to print or display it's an odd number. Let us run the program and check it here. We open the terminal. CD, C program, GCC, program number is 12 here, 12, even odd. Okay, since there are no errors, execute, enter the numbers, say that's number 6, it's an even number. Let us execute once again and let's pass the number as 7. It's an odd number. It's an odd number. Understood, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I will give one home assignment for you, okay, that you need to come up with. Now, suppose I run the program. Let me enter a number which is in a negative number. Enter -6. It's an even number. It is giving the -6 for you, correct? What about -7? No problem. So in this particular compiler, it is working even for the negative numbers. If the number is minus negative, it is giving the result correctly. What if I give a higher number, 15, odd number, correct? Say -200, perfect, no worries. Okay, fine then. Is this simple program understood? Any difficulties? Shall we go for another program? Okay.
Sir, I have a
Yes,
doubt.
sir.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Sir, I don't know, you might have said why that thing has happened in before classes, but I want to know it now. Why
Okay.
are we putting the flower bracket after if and all? Because we already have started putting the flower bracket from void main itself. But
Yes.
why are we again continuing it from if?
Okay. Yes. Very good question. Now, the question is, I will just repeat the question to everyone. Okay. The question what she has asked is that now wide main function we have written, and in the wide main what we have open bracket and corresponding close bracket. So it specifies the body of the main function. Means main functions begin with the here and ends over here. Then the question is, in the if there is a open bracket and there is a close bracket, why again we are doing the same, repeat the things over here? We have defined or we have already written the brackets, isn't it? Is that question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we need to understand. In one of the class, I have explained you something called as a block. Something called as a block. Block is what? It is a group of statements. It is a group of statements which are terminated. Obviously, terminated by zero, semicolon is the things. Suppose if there are a group of statements means what? Definitely there could be one or more than one. Sometimes we can even have a block for one statement also. Now, how can we identify whether a one line is written is a statement or not? We look for the what? We look for the semicolon. This semicolon indicates what? It is one statement. In the same way, there is another statement over here in the line number 9. How I can say it is another statement? Because there is a semicolon. So like that, if you look over here, there are many statements. Since there are many statements, I have to enclose all those statements into a particular block. So that block is mentioned or identified by writing a pair of curly braces, or flower brackets, right? So that's why at the top level we had written these curly braces. Now, as we entered into the main function, and we think that we require another block inside this particular block, right? So it is something like this. We have one particular block, okay, and then this is the main block. Inside that, at a certain stage, we feel that we also require few more blocks over here. Then we will write another pair of brackets. Now, when you look at here, okay, you have to notice the indentation. Indentation means this block and this flower bracket and this flower bracket are not at the same line, same column basically. I'm just written little ahead over here. So this curly bracket is treated as another block. Okay, you can say a kind of a sub block. In this, I can write different statements. Well, it could be one statement or it could be other statements. So all these group of statements belongs to one of the block. When this particular block is entered, all these statements will be executed. Okay, and suppose if we read one more block over there later in the program logic, then we can write another bracket and then we can write the corresponding statements over here. Suppose in this block, we may feel that the program logic require one more sub block, then here also we can write another flower bracket and write corresponding statements. So basically these flower brackets or the pair of flower bracket indicates that a block consisting of a group of statements. Why it is required? That is something we need to understand now. Now, when you look at this particular program, assume that as of now there is only one statement. There can be multiple statements. Okay. Now, we want to control the flow of execution, right? That is the requirement. Because of that particular requirement, we are working on or we are learning control statements. In that, this particular concept is a if-else block, if-else statement. Means it is a two-way branching. I can execute a set of statements. Understand now, pay attention. I can execute a set of statements when the condition is true. And when the condition is false, I can execute another set of statements. So what actually we mean by a set of statements here? As we know, set of statements or a group of statements means what? A block. Means when the condition is true, I can run through one particular block which are enclosed or which are written within these brackets, within this pair of flower brackets, which constitute a block. Or else, when the condition is false, I can run through another block over here, right? That is the requirement or the functionality of the if-else. When the condition is false now, it will go to the else block. Else block means what? A set of statements which are written within this particular bracket and then it will get executed. So this is the requirement of why we actually write the black brackets. Okay, I'm going to explain you one more concept actually. Brackets, these flower brackets, when we need to write and when not to write. If we skip also, the program will work effectively. Okay, that concept I'm keeping it aside later. Probably in tomorrow's class, I will explain that concept. When actually we need to utilize writing another pair of brackets or not. Okay, those things I will explain. Is that answers your query, student?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, now we were planning to write another program. Okay, write a C program for what purpose here? Program to find maximum of two numbers. Maximum of two numbers. Now, let me save the program. 13 max. Okay. It's max dot C. Okay. It may sound very simple, right? Sir, we have already covered, we have written the program based upon this one, how to find out or how to identify whether a number is larger or smaller. Maximum here, again, I just change the title here. Maximum means We will compare two numbers. Which one is a greater number? We will display it as a greater or a maximum. Okay. Now, assumption is here we need to check for both the things, like if there are two numbers A and B, if A is greater than B, then display it to be A maximum. Okay. If B is greater than A, then make it to display B is maximum. Okay. Then do you think that there could be any other possibility here? If A is greater than B, then definitely A is a maximum. If B is greater than A, then definitely B is maximum. Can you find any other possibility here? Will there be a third?
A equal to B.
If A equals to B, then we need to mention that both are equal. Right? Now, there are three possibilities here. One is the first number is greater than second number. Second is second number is greater than first number. And third is there is a chance that both are equal. Right? Now, in this case, what do you think, which particular concept I should involve while writing the program? Which concept should I make use of? It's only if else, or do you think something different?
If else ladder, I guess.
Yes, we need to make use of else if ladder. How many variables are required?
2.
2. Okay. Then ask user to enter those values. Printf, enter 2 numbers. Okay, enter 2 numbers. Double quote complete. Then scanf, read the 2 numbers continuously. So %d, double quote complete, comma, ampersand A, comma, ampersand B. I hope students you are able to follow now. I am not explaining each statements in detail. Okay, I hope you understand these concepts now. Okay, now what should I write now? First statement. So we decided that we will make use of else if ladder. So in else if ladder, how I need to construct the program? I need to write the statement first. First, I will try to look for this case where I will try to compare the first number, whether the first number is greater than second number. So correspondingly, I can write if A greater than B, right? Then corresponding statement I will mention over here. Okay, now if A is greater than B, that means what? What I should display?
A is maximum.
A is maximum. Can I write the value of A here? Instead of just displaying A, I want to display the actual value. See, something like this. A is maximum. Instead of displaying this statement, suppose if I have entered 2 numbers, assume I have entered say 20 and 10. In this case, I want the statement to be printed as 20 is maximum. Okay, then how can I change this printf statement here? Did you get?
So instead of A, we should write a %d.
%d, okay.
And then scanf.
Scanf.
Ampersand A, sir.
Ampersand A.
Yes, sir. Ampersand.
Ampersand A. Okay. What about others? Do you agree here? Did you get the question now? Question was what? Earlier I had written a statement, right? What statement I had written? A is maximum. Now instead of that A value, I want to print the value of the A. So value of the A in this example 20 and 10. 20 is greater than 10. That means 20 is maximum should be displayed. So in order to do that, your friends have suggested me to write this statement. Now try to check whether this statement is correct, or do you think that there should be certain modifications in this?
Sir, how can ampersand come in printf section?
Yeah.
It's,
yes, very good. You have to think now.
In the
printf statement, ampersand symbol.
Sir, in printf we can write.
How it will come? It will not come. So
Sir, in printf we can write as %d. percentage D and followed, and it will be continued by the statement that is greater, and after the comma we can put as A,
Yes. Now the same thing we have
and that
done
A
here.
value will be printed.
Yes, exactly. Ampersand will not come. Now you need to again make the understanding clearly. Okay, in printf, in scanf, we make use of the variables, right? Printf is what? Display purpose, to print the content on the screen. Scanf is purpose to read the value from the keyboard, right? When we read, we have to store it in the variable. So when we're storing the value, we have to make use of ampersand A. But whereas when we want to print something, we no need to make use of the ampersand over here. We just need to mention A there. Okay. Then in the next, what I should write now? First, I covered this block, this statement. When A is greater than B, A is maximum, I displayed. Second is for what purpose? To verify whether B is greater than A. In that case, B will be maximum. Then correspondingly, what statement I should write now?
Else
if, look at here, we are going to make use of else if ladder here. So in the else if ladder, initially if will be there, then under the else, immediately after the else, we will write another if here, and if will be having a condition again. As we know, if means we need to pass a condition. So what condition I should pass now? I should pass B greater than A. B A.
Greater
If
than
this
A.
condition is true, now if this condition, if greater than B greater than A is true, then definitely what will be the case? It will be the second number, that is B is greater here, that is maximum. Printf, in the same way, I will write percentage D is maximum, right? What maximum here? It is the number B. B is maximum. Followed?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when this statement will be executed, suppose this is the scenario. When A is 20 and B is 100. So what about this condition? Is 20 greater than 100? No, it is false. So it will skip this one and it will go to the next else if block. In the else if block, the condition we have B greater than A. So here what is the condition? B greater than A means is 100 greater than 20. Yes, 100 is greater than 20. That means it will enter into the else if block and it will display percentage D maximum. And the percentage D, this format specifier is for what? It is for the variable B. So it will display 100 is maximum. Okay. So the first two scenarios have been covered. What if numbers are something like this? 100 and 100. This is also false, right? 100 greater than 100, false. Second scenario, 100 greater than 100, that is also false. Then how shall we handle that situation here?
Else printf
Else, then in
printf.
this block, we just printf, yes, printf.
both are
Both are equal.
Both are equal.
Both are equal.
Very good. Both are equal, we will display. That means when both the numbers are same numbers, this condition will be false. It will not execute here. Then the else if this condition results in a false, so it will not execute, go into this particular block. Then ultimately the final one is what? The else part. If all are false, then definitely it will go to the next part, that is else, and it will display both are equal. Save the program and try to run it. Be clear. Compile. I think this is 13. Yes, 13. Okay. Now, what are the errors here?
Include spelling, sir.
Yeah, statement spelling.
Include spelling.
Where do you look?
The spelling.
What is the line number?
Include.
What is the line number?
8, sir.
Line
Eight.
number 8. Right? See now, line number 8, there is one error, and different places 13, 13, 14, 14 and all, we are getting the for what? Printf and scanf. These are coming because with respect to the line number 8. What is the mistake here? Invalid pre-processing directive #include. There is a spelling mistake there. So hash DE is the correct one. Okay, go ahead, compile now. No errors. Okay, then execute. Enter two numbers. 100, 200. Look at here. 200 is maximum. That is correct. Let us run through once again, wherein the first number is maximum 300 and 200. It says 300 is maximum. That is also correct. Now run for another value when you enter equal numbers. Both are equal. It is not that you always enter a positive number. You can even enter a negative number and also check, right? Suppose if I enter minus 100 minus 200. Now tell me what will be the answer for the values
Minus 100.
Minus
200,
100. Minus 100.
minus 100. Okay, minus 100 is maximum.
Yes.
The negative, when you go into a negative number, you get to see the smaller numbers when which you look here. Okay, minus 100 is correct. Okay, any doubts, students? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Next. Let us write another program. Write a C program to check lowercase or check case of an alphabet. Case of an alphabet. So what is the program statement here? What do you think of this program is? Can anyone? Case of an alphabet means we have lowercase alphabets and uppercase alphabets, right? If the given entered alphabet is a lowercase, it has to display message that it is an lowercase alphabet. If the given entered character is in uppercase, it has to display a message saying it is an uppercase alphabet, right? Now, if the input is A here, what it is? Is it a lowercase or uppercase?
Lowercase.
Lowercase, sir.
Lowercase.
Capital A
Lowercase.
is uppercase.
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 Simple, right? Very simple. Now we need to write a program for handling this scenario. Which concepts we have to make use here? Is it if else or else if ladder or simple if?
If else.
If else. Because there are only two possibilities we are looking for. Okay, fine. Now, how many variables are required?
2, sir.
2. We ask user
One, sir.
1, sir. 1, sir. 1, 1.
one character.
One variable, sir.
What data type? Students, meanwhile, you can enter the attendance and keep it ready. Okay.
Car data type.
Character data type, sir.
Right. So char, say ch. Then we will ask user to enter a character. Correct? So mention the statement here. Printf, enter an alphabet. Will precisely mention the statement enter an alphabet. Okay. Duplicate. Scanf. Now, percentage, what I should write? Percentage. What?
Percentage C.
Percentage C.
C.
C. Next. I need to check whether that alpha is Okay, now we need to construct a statement something like this. Suppose if the ch is the variable here, that ch I need to check whether that ch lies between, if it is between capital A to capital Z, then I have to specify it to be uppercase, or else it is what? It is lowercase, isn't it? Since we are making use of only if else, how we can handle this one? We will just check initially whether it is an uppercase or not. If it is an uppercase, then display a statement to be uppercase, or else display a statement to be lowercase, right? How can I check whether the character is uppercase or not? Definitely we should make use of one else statement. In this else, we need to write a corresponding condition and then a statement over here. Say printf uppercase. I will just write all the things excluding the condition here. I will make you to think how we can write the condition there. Printf case. I have just written all other statements of this program. Only pending is the condition. How I can check whether that particular ch, the variable, is in uppercase or not. So I know uppercase means it starts from capital A and it ends with capital Z, right? How can I write the corresponding conditions? Can anyone think of?
I guess we should use that asterisk and all that number.
Come again, miss. Your voice was breaking. Can you repeat once again?
I'm not sure, but then
Sir, we can use ASCII
ASCII
value.
ASCII value. We can use ASCII value and then check it. Okay. What else? Okay, we'll do one very less time. I will give it as a kind of a homework. Try to find out with the logic, means what condition we can write in the if here. What type of logic I can write it in a if. Be prepared with the answers. Okay, then in tomorrow's class, we will discuss on that and then we will complete the program. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Is that fine, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine then. We'll meet